The Nintendo Switch 2 is here, so where are the games? Okay, maybe that's not entirely true. We've actually been treated to brand new installments in beloved franchises like Mario Kart and more recently Donkey Kong. But it's actually going to get even better and probably sooner than you might think. From 8-bit throwbacks made in the mold of The Legend of Zelda to new takes on creature collecting classics, here are our picks of the 11 most exciting upcoming Nintendo Switch 2 games. Borderlands 4. The Borderlands series is one with a pretty great track record on the original Nintendo Switch. It's why, despite Borderlands 4 set to launch a few weeks later on Switch 2 compared to the other consoles, we're sure this latest take on the cel-shaded looter shooter will be worth it. Said to be locked at a solid 30 FPS in both docked and handheld mode, it should mostly deliver a smooth FPS experience, which should make role-playing as 4 all-new Vault Hunters an absolute blast. Even better is the fact that Borderlands 4 on Switch 2 will deliver 100% parity and full crossplay with the game on PS5, Xbox Series X and PC. This ensures that players on all platforms can shoot and loot together regardless on the platform they pick it up on. Borderlands 4 on Nintendo Switch 2 looks to be a solid cooperative shooter package. Pokémon Legends Z-A. The second installment in the Legends sub-series of Pokémon games promises to be familiar yet also markedly different from the first. True, it transplants you into a region we've seen before, although again it does so from an all-new perspective and with more than a few gameplay twists. The kicker this time around, of course, is the fact that battles now take place in real time, forgoing the turn-based tactics of before in favour of a faster paced style of combat that sees you manage your Pokemon and their attacks while thinking on your feet. Pokemon moves, for example, no longer have a set number of uses and are instead tied to cooldowns. This, combined with how you as a trainer must move around the battlefield yourself for fear of getting hit, should help Pokémon Legends Z-A stand out when it launches exclusively on Nintendo Switch this October. This may well be the new style of Pokemon game we've been hoping for. Persona 3 Reload. It was only a matter of time before Sega's excellent remake of Persona 3 was announced for the Nintendo Switch 2. With the original version plus Persona 4 Golden and Persona 5 Royal available on the original Switch, fans of the turn-based RPG meets school drama life sim knew that they only need wait a short while. On October 23, Persona 3 Reload finally comes to Nintendo's sequel hybrid, bringing with it new graphics and a more in-depth gameplay style. You'll play as a new student in Japan, joining an eclectic cast of characters who at night find themselves entering dungeons to fight evil during a mysterious time period known as the Dark Hour. In several ways, Persona 3 solidified the core concept of balancing school life with thrilling battles within the realm of an RPG. Whether this be your first time playing or your 9th, Persona 3 Reload is a meaty JRPG that is sure to keep you busy. Mina the Hollower. Living up to the hype of a beloved indie classic primarily associated with Nintendo is no small feat. Just look at Hollow Knight Silksong. Developer Yacht Club Games finds itself in a similar position with Mina the Hollower, the studio's first new game since the original Shovel Knight back in 2014, which got its start on Nintendo 3DS. Whereas Shovel Knight was a clear tribute to the likes of Mega Man and Zelda 2, however, Mina the Hollower takes a more classical approach thanks to its top-down camera that sees it look and play closer to the iconic Legend of Zelda titles like A Link to the Past. Players on Nintendo Switch have already been able to check out Mina the Hollower's demo already. So far, it appears to be a fun old school adventure where you have plenty of choice in how to approach scenarios thanks to 3 different weapon types, the ability to dig underground, and a unique trinket system which imbues Mina with all kinds of different power-ups. Whether you're a Shovel Knight fan from way back or not, don't sleep on this next charmer from Yacht Club Games. Kirby Air Riders. A very different style of colourful racer to Mario Kart World, Kirby Air Racers is a sequel to the Nintendo 64 classic we guarantee not a lot of players were expecting. That said, prior games have proven that you should never consider Kirby out for the count, and the same so far appears to be true for this similarly inventive but extremely more chaotic style of Nintendo racing game. As its creator Sakurai joked during the dedicated Kirby Air Riders Nintendo Direct, core to the zoomy action this time is the fact that another button has been added. This steps up the overly simple control setup of the original in favour of a Kirby racing that makes drifting, boosting and landing slightly more involved. Whether enjoying straightforward races or the more madcap city trial mode that appears more unpredictable than ever, Kirby Air Riders could finish off the year in style. Octopath Traveler 0. The end of the year will see a fairly big new RPG release from Square Enix enter the hands of Nintendo Switch players in the form of Octopath Traveler 0. Although it features the same great 2D HD art style and turn-based combat system the first two titles are known for, this prequel entry shakes things up by letting you create your own custom character as opposed to role-playing and recruiting a roster of 8 specific party characters. This newfound sense of freedom and personalization comes with a brand new world to explore, one that challenges you to start literally from zero and gives you the power to create a land of your own choosing. Because yes, Octopath Traveler 0 also makes the debut of town building in the series, challenging you to rebuild your hometown and make it a shining beacon of the austerer region. Simply put, Octopath Traveler 0 is a great jumping on point for every Switch 2 owner. Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. Who said there isn't a brand new Legend of Zelda game launching on Nintendo Switch 2 in 2025? Not Koei Tecmo, aka the Japanese publisher known for taking its one versus many fighting system as seen in Dynasty Warriors and crossing it over with other franchises. It worked in 2020 with Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, and it's set to work once again this year in Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment, which doubles up as a prequel to the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Familiar characters from Nintendo's open world sequels such as King Rauru and even Zelda herself are already confirmed, as players get to explore the time period in Hyrule hundreds of years before Link's main adventure. What was Princess Zelda doing after being transported to the past? Well, if Age of Imprisoment's trailers are anything to go by, laying waste to thousands of Ganondorf's underlings in a bid to stop him from taking over. From a pure technical perspective, Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment should put the Nintendo Switch 2 through its paces. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. One of the biggest Nintendo franchise comebacks of recent years came in the form of 2022's Metroid Dread, an all-new take in the sci-fi world's 2D incarnation that saw Samus pushed to her limit. Soon it will be the turn of the Metroid Prime to do the exact same, bringing the series' first-person iteration in line with modern standards by giving players a brand new planet to explore, new upgrades to find, and new powers to do it with. Luckily, Metroid Prime 4 Beyond is being developed by the studio behind the original 3, Retro, giving us full confidence that this long-awaited fourth entry will deliver on the high expectations players have. New this time around, however, is the introduction of psychic powers, which promise to work neatly alongside the Morph Ball and Arm Cannon abilities to make Metroid Prime 4 Beyond another mysterious but memorable first-person space adventure. Sonic Racing Crossworlds. Waiting in the wings to once again take on Mario Kart at its own game is not only Kirby, but Sega's Blue Hedgehog as well, in the form of Sonic Racing Crossworlds. The twist this time around is the way the game celebrates not just one era of Sonic racing, but pretty much all of them. That means sea and air vehicle transformations are back, as is a whole roster of guest characters that range from SpongeBob SquarePants to Like a Dragon's Ichiban, ensuring that Sonic and friends aren't ever lacking for competition. Tying this all together is the game's new travel rings mechanic, which sees the second lap of every circuit transport racers to an all-new location based on the choice of the race leader. Unlike Mario Kart World's interconnected tracks, it promises to add a welcome sense of variety without disrupting the consistency of the tracks too much. The result is what promises to be one of the most ambitious and creative Sonic racing games ever. LEGO Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight. One of the most exciting reveals from Gamescom 2025, LEGO Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight seems to be a love letter to all things Batman. It features iconic characters and villains like the Joker, Jim Gordon, Nightwing, Robin, and Bane, the latter of whom is voiced by the magnificent Matt Berry. From the time we've had with the game so far, and from the footage we've seen, it looks like it's going to be an absolute blast with one-liners, unique vehicles, Easter eggs, a new Arkham Asylum-inspired combat system, and an open-world Gotham City to explore. Out sometime in 2026. The Dusk Bloods. When, during April 2025's Nintendo Direct presentation, it was announced that Switch 2 would be getting an exclusive From Software title, well, I nearly fell off my chair. The Dusk Bloods is an upcoming ARPG multiplayer game that combines Gothic and Victorian style with vampire-like characters. The game supports up to 8 players and features both PvP and PvE gameplay. Players will be able to choose from a number of vampire-like characters called Bloodsworn, with each featuring unique weapons and abilities and compete across various maps. The name of the game? Be the last one standing. Look, there's still a lot we don't know about the Dustblood, but that doesn't make it any less exciting, with the title set to launch on Switch 2 sometime in 2026. And that's it for our list of the 11 Switch 2 games we can't wait to play in the near future. But did we miss any out? Let us know in the comments which Switch 2 game you're excited to play in the near future. And if you enjoyed this video, why not drop a like and get subscribed for more content like this? That's all from me. We'll see you in the next one.